Hello again from my front porch. I went to my doctor today. I had my 3-month checkup with my type 2 diabetes. My doctor's been wanting to monitor it, and I don't think I reported 3 months ago when I went in, and it had been, I think, 6 months maybe longer since I had been to my doctor prior to that. Or actually maybe it was longer than that. Anyway, but I went in for a checkup, and my A1C was again off the charts. Now, I already knew before going into that appointment that my blood sugar was up because I had been really naughty. I had been bad in the sense that I had stopped really working at it. I had reverted to not necessarily as bad a diet as I once had, but still not a very good diet overall. And I wasn't checking my blood sugar hardly at all. And I was not, even the metformin that I was prescribed to take, I take 4 a day, supposed to. Even that I wasn't taking like I was supposed to. And so there would be some days I just wouldn't take it at all. And that I would just forget. And so anyway, as a result, at my last checkup 3 months ago, my A1C, which it tops out at a 14. That's the scale. And the ideal is for you to be at a 6 or below. If you're below that 6, you actually are out of the diabetic range, and so you're not considered diabetic if you're in it. And way back when I first turned 50, which now is almost 6 years ago, I went in and all of my other test results came back really positive, except my blood sugar was outlandish. My A1C was 14, which means it probably was higher, but again, the scale maxes at 14. And so as a result of that, my doctor put the scare into me that I needed to curb things and correct things, and I just went full bore on that. I threw myself fully into that and made some radical changes to my life that resulted in me not only losing weight, but of taking, by the time I went back 6 months later for check-in with him, in that 6 months, I had taken my A1C from a 14 down to, what was it, 6.2 or something like that. So just this dramatic drop. In fact, he said it was one of the biggest drops he'd ever seen. And now I did that though by pretty much living like a monk, if you will, primarily only drinking water and some iced tea, unsweetened iced tea, black tea, and then only eating really tightly controlled kinds of things that were, and I was meticulously reading every label that had carbs, because it's not sugars, it's carbs. Your body converts the carbs into sugars. And so I'm monitoring all that and doing all that, and that's what allowed me to go from 14 down to almost 6. Well, then apparently I got complacent, and 3 months ago when I went in for that appointment, my A1C was back up to a 13. Not quite maxed on the scale, but definitely not good. And so I needed to get serious again. Now, before I went into that appointment, I had already started to make adjustments because I had figured it out. Because your blood sugar being off is not just a matter of, well, I got to get this number right. There's first of all, there's long-term serious issues. If your blood sugar is too high, it can actually cause damage to your internal organs and shorten your lifespan, and even your quality of life, because those organs start failing, start having issues. But even before you get to that point, if your blood sugar is off, it can affect your eyesight, which I had noticed. It can affect your energy level, which I had noticed. It can affect your mental acuity, which I had noticed. And so there are a lot of reasons to want to manage your blood sugar, not let it be out of control. And so I had already been observing some of those other things and decided, yeah, I needed to get my arms around it. So I had started to make some of those changes already, even before I went to the doctor 3 months ago. But I went back again today, and as I've continued to make these changes, now I will confess, I have not gone as far in the changes as I did way back when the scare was first put into me, although I did revisit some of those things. I purged my house of some food items that I had acquired that were not wise for me to be eating, and replaced them with smarter options. But even the smarter options, you still have to work moderation, because just because you buy a food item that, okay, yeah, this has low carbs, doesn't mean then you can sit and eat the whole package, because yes, it's low carbs, but when you eat a large quantity, well, now you're still getting the high number of carbs anyway. It's been a balance of getting back into trying to eat more of just the things I should be eating, and being a little smarter about the amount of those things that I eat. And even like if I get a sweet tooth, now I try to limit myself to only eating dark chocolate. That's still chocolate. Too much of it's still not a good thing. But the dark chocolate is healthier as chocolate goes. And so I've been eating a whole lot more meat and cheese sticks. There's those little protein pack things you can get that has little chunks of meat and nuts and stuff. Eating a lot of mixed nuts with that. No fruit, because fruit has sugar, natural sugars in it that counterproductive. But trying to, when I go out to eat, trying to eat a little smarter with the vegetable mix and stuff. And so trying my best to do those things. But one of the things that I did. Before I get into this, I should tell you my result today. My doctor came in, he was very impressed, but he had a mixed set of results. One was 3 months ago, I was at a 13 on the A1C scale. Today, I was down to 8.7. So not as big a dramatic drop as that time 5-6 years ago, but still pretty good. Good job, Paul. Good job. And he said, if I continue with the pattern that I'm on, in another 3 months, there's no reason I shouldn't be actually below 6, at 6 or below. So we're striving for that. But the reason I say it was a mixed report is because they also observed that my weight had gone up like 10, 11 pounds. And that I didn't like that. Now, I've been noticing that too, though. I've been noticing on my own scale here at home that I weigh myself on regularly, that I had been seeing that weight increase happen. But also, I've just noticed in pictures and in videos now that I feel like I got this belly. And I've been doing my morning exercises, doing crunches and planking and push-ups and all this stuff. Some of those exercises are supposed to, tone your core so that you don't have this, and yet here it still is, and it just stands out in pictures. No pun intended. But it really bugged me because here I thought I'm eating healthier again. I'm being more mindful. I'm practicing moderation. One thing I have not been practicing moderation on that apparently I need to start practicing more moderation on is these things. And this is part of my cautionary tale for you. These things here. Now I'm not dissing the brand, and I'm not going to completely stop drinking them, but I like these. Ice makes some really tasty drinks, but these Ice Plus caffeine, these are a flavored carbonated water beverage that has caffeine in it. So instead of drinking a soda, I can drink one of these and get my caffeine. And they come in a lot of different flavors, and I there's at least 4 of them for sure that I really like, and I have kept them stocked in my fridge. I even keep a supply at Lisa's house so that when I'm there, I can grab them there. The problem is, and then I also drink some carbonated flavored waters that aren't these caffeinated ones; they're just carbonated flavored waters. And in my mind, I thought, it says right here on the label. Well, you can't see it, but it says right here on the label that there are 0 carbs. There's only 5 calories. So, it's like, well, there we go. This is 0 sugar right here. It says right here, 0 sugar. And so, yeah, this is healthy for you. Except, just like a diet soda, this uses artificial sweeteners. And in my discussion with my doctor today, these things and the high volume of consumption that I have had, because I pretty much stopped drinking water itself and have just been down in these things, one after another at times. Especially when I'm here working at home in my office downstairs, I'll drink one and then I'm, okay, I'm thirsty, I'm eating some mixed nuts, whatever. And I go grab another one, different flavor, different whatever, and just keep shooting these things down. That artificial sweetener in these beverages or any beverages, those artificial sweeteners do not do a diabetic any favors. In fact, they can be detrimental, according to my doctor today in our discussion. And it's not the first time I've heard this. I don't want to act like I was completely naive about this. But for whatever reason, I thought these were okay. They're not. Because that artificial sweetener, you're almost better. Now, my doctor is also quick to not say he was recommending this. But you're almost better to drink just a straight up sugary drink, because your body can process that natural sugar, that actual sugar, better than it can process the artificial sugars. The result being the artificial sweeteners create weight gain, create fat tissue, which is what I've been dealing with. And so even though I've been eating better, even though I've been exercising better and doing all of those things, I've been drinking tons of that stuff, and I've put on this 10, 11, 12 pounds that shows in my pudgy little tummy. And so if I want to get rid of this, one of the quickest things for me to do is to go back. I can still consume them on occasion, but I got this guy here. And back in the day, when I first made my big changes, this became Mr. Dependable for me, this thing here. I actually got this as an award or as a thank you for speaking at a conference, at an event. And they gave one of these to all the speakers here in Iowa that spoke at this event. And it's just a metal water canister with a plastic lid that you can close on top. And I fill this thing with water. And back before, I would go through 7, 8, 9 of these a day, just because I wasn't drinking then anything else. I was just drinking the water. Of course, you have to go to the bathroom a lot then too, but that prevented this from happening. And so if I want to get rid of this, which I do, then it's back to the actual water. So I'm going to be I dug this guy out of mothballs, and not literally because that would taste bad, but dusted him off and going to make use of him again. That will help dramatically, because I do not want to put the weight back on. That has never been. Once I put the weight off, I wanted to keep it off, and it's been a little discouraging to see the scale number going back up. But now I know that what's been harming me is one of the things that I thought was helping me. And so I'm sharing this because I want you all to know to watch out for that kind of stuff too. If you're trying to live healthier, watch out. Just because something seems healthy, 0 calories, 0 sugar, 0 carbs, that it's good for you, right? Maybe not. Be smarter than I was. And then also I'm going to put in just another plug here. I've talked about this before, but in a week I go back to the dental place that has been working, helping with stuff with my mouth, because as I shared way back, I had not taken care of my teeth over the years, and I had naturally strong teeth, and I didn't think I needed it, because to this day still. I have, almost all my teeth. I've had to have one tooth pulled because it broke, it cracked, and because of how it was placed, or more specifically where the sinus, I don't know what you call it, the canal, the whatever, where it's located in my jaw here, they were unable to put in a fake tooth or a false tooth or something. And the nature of how the tooth was broken, it was unable to be repaired or just patched and stuff. So the best option was to completely remove it, which is really annoying. I will say that having that tooth not there, it does cause me some annoyances. but that's neither here nor there. But during that whole ordeal is when it was also discovered that my teeth had a tremendous amount of plaque built up because I had been mediocre in my toothbrushing, and I had not been to the dentist for annual cleanings at all. At all. I mean, literally, I'm talking for like 15, maybe even 20 years. I'm not exaggerating. I had no need, typical guy, but not even just guy. A lot of ladies do this too, where we think of going to a dentist when there's a problem. We don't do the proactive, preventative care stuff. And so now because I didn't do, I have still all the rest of my teeth. I have no cavities, I have no caps, and yet I could still lose my teeth because there was plaque and infection that I allowed to get down inside the gums. And over the time now that they've done some couple of deep, thorough cleanings, but there's still issue down in the gums, and they're talking about having to do some oral surgery to be able to get in the gums to get that stuff out before it basically eats away at the roots of my healthy teeth. And so now I have to do that because I didn't go in and get annual cleanings. I mean, realistically, totally honestly, that one thing would have made a phenomenal difference had I just gone in every year and got my teeth cleaned. I probably wouldn't even be in this boat today of having to deal with all this kind of stuff. And so, again, cautionary tale for you, in health-wise at least. If you don't regularly go see your dentist for checkup and teeth cleaning, do it. Schedule it today. Pick up the phone and call them today and get something on the books and get it scheduled and start doing that every single year. Save yourself the issue. And I know people are afraid of the dentist. I totally get that. You're afraid of what the dentist may say. Understand. But ignoring doesn't make it go away. It makes it get worse. And even if you don't think there's a problem, there will be if you don't take care of stuff. So, I'm not trying to be preachy. I'm not trying to criticize, not trying to judge. In fact, I'm being very transparent. I have screwed up, and it's cost me things that I'm now having to work extra hard to overcome or to deal with. And so, learn from my errors. Take better care of yourself. And with that, I'll see y'all next time from my front porch.